Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the UnknownHobo. I'm your host, forever confused, Marlon Mohabier, and today we're actually going to be discussing the topic of a morning routine. So if you've actually been listening to my podcast for a while, you know I generally talk about things you can do in the morning, or I talk about morning routines as a whole. So I thought it would be pretty much the best thing to do, talk about actually making a morning routine. One of the big things you're actually going to need to have when doing a morning routine is some level of discipline. Now, if you have zero discipline, that actually is still okay. You can still get started with making a morning routine overall. You just won't be able to do a lot of things off the bat, which, as you know, even from my most recent podcast episode, at the end of the day, you don't need to make drastic changes, just small changes and build upon these small changes. So let's talk about making a morning routine. So the first thing, in all honesty, you can really do, which is something I had to change my mindset about because it's just how I grew up. One of the big things I know from high school or even while I was in college was, I have work due the next morning. Let me stay up late and study. Let me stay up late and finish this work. Let me stay up late and do this and do that. What I would like for you to adopt, which is actually a ton more productive, because what happens is when you stay up late, your body, of course, you're tired. So your brain's not working as well because you're supposed to be sleeping. And I mentioned your circadian rhythm, which I always mess up that word. That'll mess that up. So a better alternative is actually going to sleep and just waking up earlier. Now, if you're someone that automatically wakes up earlier, perfect, you already did this. But this is one of the biggest things that I have issues with because I'll be doing this, waking up early for months and months and months. And then randomly I'll catch myself staying up till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning doing work. And then I realize, why didn't I just go to sleep early? Now, the reason you, instead of staying up late to study or do whatever it is, and instead waking up early, I started like a champion, is so you pretty much have energy. So let's say if you have a big thing you need to study for, just go to sleep earlier. Literally just go to sleep earlier and wake up the next day, whether it's 4 o'clock in the morning, which that's my goal, 6 o'clock in the morning. Wake up that time and you'll be fully energized and you can just study like crazy. Now, if you're in a situation where you just need to study throughout the whole night, of course you can do that. But generally you want to just go to sleep early and wake up earlier. So you have energy, sleep's out the way, and you can devote time to studying. That is the first thing I would say as far as making a morning routine. Wake up earlier. I've talked about this before. Jordan Peterson is who I've got this from, but make your bed in the morning. And what this does is set you for the rest of the day. It actually have you accomplish one thing right exactly when you wake up. For me, I make my bed, do a few push-ups, and that's pretty much what I do. Of course, I do other random things like brushing my teeth, which if you don't brush your teeth, go brush your teeth when you wake up. Fun fact about brushing your teeth, apparently you're supposed to leave that stuff on there for a little bit and not instantly wash it up because that's the kind of works. I don't know. I'm not a dentist. I'm just a man on the internet. So first thing is, of course, waking up early. Now, as far as everything else goes with making a morning routine, which is another thing which I've been progressively getting better at, and that is planning out my day. Me, because sometimes I do get off schedule because I do get really busy sometimes. I actually have to plan my day while I'm doing other things. But if you can wake up earlier, or if it's something where you're still struggling waking up early, doing it the night before, just plan your day for the next day. And now, I'm not saying go out and plan every 10 minutes, 10 seconds, 30 minutes, every hour. You don't need to do that starting out. Just label the main important things you need to do and then go from there, whether it's go to work, go buying groceries, go buy a new t-shirt for something. Just label what those things need to do. And then once you do that, even if you can't do this, because just to let you know, all these things can be done separately. They don't have to be done in this exact same order. This is something I actually learned today, which is something I do but just the verbiage change is what makes it very interesting. Now, we all know about to-do lists. Make a to-do list for all the things you need to do and blah, 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 blah. So I was watching a video today and I actually can't remember the guy's name, and I wish I could. I'll probably bring up more content from him and I'll make sure I message him. And if you know who I'm talking about, send me a message on Instagram, because I came across this video and I just can't find it anymore. So what he said you should have, instead of a to-do list, you should have a might-do list. And the reason you have a might-do list is things that you kind of want to do, but they're not super, super important. But what you should do if you're having a might-do list is have a daily focus or daily goal. One thing that you need to accomplish that day. Of course, we're all going to say, well, we can accomplish 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. That's cool. I don't care. Start with your to-do list or your maybe list or your eventually list, whatever you want to call it, but just don't call it a to-do list. Give it an appropriate name, like I might get this done list, whatever it may be. But the main thing you need to do off the bat is pick one thing each day that you will accomplish, period. So let's say for this podcast, for instance, so let's say every day I decide, you know what, I'm going to spend an hour working on my podcast, whether it's recording 2-3 episodes, doing some editing, setting up to be uploaded to YouTube, which if you're listening to YouTube, apparently I did my job right. I spend 1 hour every day doing that. And I say I jump out 2 episodes every day. That's 365 days a week. If I did every time, that'd be almost 1,000 episodes. So it's not big things, it's small things. Of course, you can eventually add more stuff on. And if you're already doing these things, yeah, of course you can ramp it up a little bit. Or you can do what I'm doing, which is just making things a little bit more efficient in my process, or making it a little bit more automated. So my life's easier because I like being lazy for the most part, or productive procrastination. I don't even remember where I heard that from. But those are the 3 things I would definitely say. First things first, just to reiterate, try to wake up early, go to sleep earlier so you can wake up earlier, get that rhythm in. Because the earlier you wake up, you'll have energy already. You won't be tired. You can use all that newly found sleep energy to work on whatever project it is. Second thing is, well, third thing, because we're going backwards, because somehow I always do this mix-up thing. Make a might-do list or a to-do list, whichever one works for you. And the second, I've been talking this whole time and I straight up just forgot, and I just said it. Anyways. You rewind. You'll hear it. I completely just forgot. But those are 3 things I would definitely say helps you build a morning routine. Now, everything else you can add on as far as, second thing is, make your bed and do something small in the morning to accomplish it. I know I always forget that. I'm so used to doing it, I forget it sometimes. But anyways, back to the main thing is, those are 3 things I would say to do to start a morning routine. Now, if you're already doing these things as far as your morning routine and you're planning your day out overall, perfect. Now you just have to figure out, what am I going to use this newfound power for? Whether it's like me, where you're trying to start some sort of business, or if you want to work out, or whatever it may be. Figure your focus out and aim for it. And if you don't have a general focus, pick something and aim for that. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Short episodes today. If you do have any topics or anything you'd like me to talk about, of course, post it in the comments or message me on Instagram at the UnknownHobo, wherever it may be. But listen, as always, thanks for listening, and don't forget to shut the front door.